Hello class, this is your teacher Mr. McDougall with your next Photoshop tutorial, and we are getting into our next Photoshop project, and this one is called My Album Cover. So now, using some of the techniques we practiced before, you are going to create your own album cover if you were to have a debut music album. So this will be one like mine. This is the front. You're going to create the front and the back of the album with your album cover and some of your top hits. So you can see you're going to have two pictures and two squares for the front and the back. We're going to use all of the techniques that we've been practicing in Photoshop so far. So the first thing you're going to need, as usual when we do these projects, is you need a partner to take a photo of you. So use the classroom cameras and SD cards. Please take the picture during class time. You need at least two photos because we're doing the front and the back. So you need two different images. Make sure your face is being shown as always. Always make sure that your face is clear. You can look to the side if you want. You don't have to look right at the camera if you're going for more of this, dramatic look, something like that, or even a silhouette, but you can still see that it's me and you can see my face even if you did a silhouette, but we can see that it is me. So you need two different photos. You can do whatever shot size you'd like. If you want to do a medium shot or cowboy shot like this one, and then the other one could be a close-up, really looking into your emotions, something like that. But take two photos for whatever your genre is going to be. So first decide your theme and your genre. So what kind of music do you like? If you were to drop an album, what kind of music would it be? What kind of music would you, maybe you'd have no idea how to write music or you've never played music before, but we're just using our imagination. Think of your favorite type of genre. If you were doing a Spanish rock or a rap album or whatever it is, this is going to be your album cover. So you're going to take two photos, save them on your computer, and then we'll open them up in Photoshop. Let me show you how to get started, and then we'll go over the criteria for this. So once you have your pictures, get your two pictures that you want to use. So as you saw in my example, I have these two. First, we're going to create a square album cover like we practiced before, except this time we're going to do an artboard so we can edit both at the same time. So let's go to File, New, and we're going to create our 2000 by 2000 pixels. This one's going to be called My Album Cover. And for this one, the only difference is we're going to check artboards because we want artboards to be checked so we can edit both the front and the back cover at the same time. So with 2000 by 2000 pixels checked and artboards checked, hit create. Now we have our first one, and we're going to duplicate it so we have two. So if you come over to your move tool, click and hold on your move tool to go to the artboard tool. And then if I click on the artboard, try that one more time. Click over here, artboard, and you should see that. If you don't see that, try clicking on it again so you see this option right here. So with these plus options, I can click on the plus button and it creates a duplicate. So if I zoom out now, I can see that I have two squares, one for the front and one for the back. So come over here to artboard 1 and 2, rename one of them to front so you know which one is which, and rename the other to back. So we know that this one will be the front cover and this one will be the back cover. So just like we've done before, take your photos, bring them in, use back to my move tool. So pick whatever photo you want for the front and whatever photo you want for the back and drop them right in there. You may have to adjust it. That one's going to go right there. Perfect. Make sure you convert your images into smart objects first because you'll be doing a lot of editing to them. So make sure you convert every single one of them to a smart object, and then you can start creating the shape that you want to fit. Perfect. I won't spend the whole tutorial going over this, just getting started. And now you can start adding the elements that are listed in the instructions. So pick your two images for the front and the back, and then once you have that, you're going to start adding these things to it. So as you can see right here, it'll be this part. So I want you to use the lessons we've used, or the techniques we've used in the previous lessons to create your album cover. So you must include the following in your album cover. So you need an image of you on the front and the back. That's the part I just talked about. Showing your face, whatever pose or shot size you would like for each one. And you need to practice at least two different techniques from the most recent assignments. So in the album art effects, we went over pop, vintage, and glitch effects. And then in the previous assignment, we went over the neon one. So use at least two different ones. You can use the pop and the vintage and the glitch and the neon, or you can use all of them. You can combine all of them. You can do the glitch with the neon effect. feel free to have fun and use your imagination to create your vintage style. I gave you a range of modern to classic to futuristic styles, so you have a little bit of variety in your editing. Make sure you have your name and the title of the album on the front. So if I go back to Photoshop, let's go to this one right here. This is the front cover. This is the one I already made. So make sure you put your name on here and the title of your album. So my album is called Out of Focus, and it's my introspective thought about my life trying to stay in focus. I even put my picture slightly out of focus to match the theme. So you can put whatever theme you want. What would your debut album be called if you were making a musical soundtrack about your life? So on the front, you can see I added the cool vintage and some of the gradient tones right here and some of the noise to make mine look a little classic and out of focus as well. Make sure you have your name and your album title on the front. On the back, you need your top 3 hit tracks from the album. So you can see this is the back of my album cover right here, and these would be my top 3 tracks featuring the top hits. Control Z, My Heart, that's a nice little soft ballad. Undo My Heart, as you know that shortcut. Crop It Out, that's a big one that's popular in the dance clubs. And then Layers of Me, because we talk about all the different Photoshop layers and how many layers I have. Teachers are like onions, we have layers. So pick your top 3 track songs and put them right here. Well, if you had a debut album and your 3 hit songs that went right to the top of the charts on the radio, what would those 3 be called? And then lastly, on the back as well, a short paragraph, 5-sentence paragraph describing your album and your genre. So you see right here, this is my little paragraph on the back. It's telling the audience what is this album about. So this is your chance to write about your theme. Why did you pick this theme? Why did you pick this genre? What do your song titles mean? Just give me your artist introspective about that. Okay, so really take your time to write all of this. As it says right here, take your time with all of your elements. There's no need to rush through it. Have fun practicing. You can also mask yourself out and put yourself in a new spot if you'd like, just like the way we practiced in the My Name and some of the other ones. If you want to take one of your images, maybe I like this image, but I like the shape, but I don't like the background, you can mask yourself out and put yourself on a new background. That's also totally fine if you want to add more to it. But just have fun adding all of these elements. As always, with artboards, you're going to export both of them. Once you complete it, when you go to File and Export As, it will export both files right here. You'll see front and back, so it's going to export 2 at the same time, and you're going to turn in both. You're going to attach 2 files, attach your front and attach your back. So this will be the front of your album, where I see what your picture you decide to go with, what the name of your album's called, and then on the back with your top hit tracks and your album description. Okay, so I am super excited to see what you're going to create. Have fun, get your pictures, take your time, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the next one.